Hey Sedge, can you show me how to sharpen this thing?
Boy, that sounded really cool. Yeah. Wow, how do I say this correctly? Do you like this? Yeah, you know we've been doing some sanding.
Yep.
Do you like the sand?
Nope.
Neither do I. But it's something that we have to do in woodworking.
Sure.
Okay. Now, I waited a little bit of time to go through sharpening with you. Say sharpening.
Sharpening.
No, say it correctly.
Sharpening.
Yeah, okay, so we'll do some sharpening today. I hate to sharpen. But just recently I was teaching somebody how to do it, and he went, it can't be this easy. I go, it is. You don't want to spend your whole time in woodworking sharpening. You want to find an effective way. I used to go crazy, and I still use these every once in a while. You can get a honing jig. This is how you set your bevel. You know what? Someday I'll show you how to set that up. Okay? But what we want to do is find an effective way. Somebody, my buddy Cortland showed me this years ago. I said he was full of it. And my God, the edge I got on this was so freaking wicked sharp. And I did it in about 5 minutes. I bought a, you know how we sharpened an auger bit recently? Mm-hmm. I sharpened this garage sale find, and it's somewhere in here. I think it had a Bakelite handle on it. It was wicked old. And what was cool about it is I brought it to a friggin' razor sharp edge. You'll hear people call it scary sharp system. I had all kinds of stones. I had Japanese water stones. I had Arkansas oil stones. Those are two different ways of doing it, okay?
Well, that sounds pretty intense.
Oh, no, but it's now it's still really prominent is the diamond stones. So when I used to teach this back in Fort Lauderdale, I used to show up with a plate that's dead flat, okay? And I got this is Corian, and what I did is I cleaned it, okay? But I also did this. I actually, when I cut it apart, I actually hit it with a sander just to knock off the edges, because that can be sharp too. You wanna, you're gonna take this home with you today. I'm gonna build your sharpening plate. Okay, it has to be dead flat. I used to hear this, oh, you gotta use a special type of glass. No, I've actually on a job site used melamine or MDF. Okay, now
to sharpen?
To sharpen. Now the thing that's so important about this is, and this came about last weekend or the weekend before, that, oh my God, this makes this chisel so much more pleasurable to use. When my friend was in here and I was showing him.
Cool.
Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to step it through, and I'll show you how to set up your plate, and I'll show you how to find your bevel easily without a bunch of honing guides and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna inspect the chisel.
Okay.
Okay, and you're gonna see, hey, you know what? I've put an edge on this before, but it's not as sharp as we think it should be. You're gonna notice, and when you get a set of chisels, D, you're gonna look at the back here, and what you have to do is lap the back. Okay, they don't come in. You'll see the machining marks here. Mm-hmm. You see how it's shiny here? I lapped this already, but I'll step through lapping with you on this.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing with plane blades. We'll do plane blade videos someday on this, and you'll see there's a few striation marks. What I always feel, okay, is I'm feeling right here as I push forward, and you know what? What do we call these, Chris?
Feeler gauges.
My feeler gauges are feeling that it's dull. When I say dull, I feel a burr in this direction.
Okay.
Okay, and it's gonna sound funny. And my brother-in-law Bill always laughs at this. Remove the burr. We have to, when we start sharpening, you create a burr.
Okay.
And the subsequent grits that we use are to remove the burr. And you'll see this, it almost looks like a little tin foil on there. Huh. Then we'll finish it off with our strop.
The strop, baby.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we set up the plate.
Okay.
You're going to, and I think I got this on Amazon. This is just 80 grit generic paper. Okay, it's 4.5 inches. It's for PSA pads on your quarter sheet sander, but feel that it's sticky back. PSA means pressure sensitive adhesive. Okay, so it has to be sticky back.
Gotcha.
Okay, because we're going to put it down here. This is basically our sharpening stone.
Oh, okay.
Now you'll see as we lay this out, the progression I use and always have is 80, 120. We're going to flip it over and we're going to lay out 220 and 320. And then what we do from there, we'll progress up. We'll just put on the 320, we'll put, I got some wet dry paper that I use. And I use 600, I think 1500, and I think I finished with 4000 grit.
Okay.
That's how you get your mirror finish, and it will get wicked sharp with this. So let's start laying this out.
Okay.
And come on, this is like the easiest thing in the world. What I like to do when I lay this out is I put it a little bit proud here, but I want to make sure, and here's the key to this, I'm right on the edge right here. So it's just, I go like this, whether I take my scissors or just a razor blade, I trim it flush here, and I'll come over here and I'll make sure I'm right on the edge. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. Just set it up the way you do it, and you'll see how it's gonna come off a little, but guess what? That goes away. All right, so there's our 80, and what I'm gonna do is, this is a brand new roll. I think this is my 120. No, that's not it. Oh, 220, what's this? Yeah, 120 right here. We'll just cut this roll, just like this. Just around.
Right on the edge.
Perfect. Watch your finger. Good. Boy, that's the best piece of sandpaper lay down I've ever seen. Oh, what we'll do is we'll flip it over.
Awesome.
I'll do the 220, you do the 320. You can start cutting that little piece off. But once again, we'll just lay it out. And what I've done in the past, and we actually had one of these laid up for the scraper video, didn't we? I actually labeled the grits. It's the same grit range. Make sure that's on there. It's really simple. Okay, nice and taut. Wow. There we go. When do you replace it? when you start losing that cutting edge of the paper. So you're gonna have to get your own paper on Amazon. Yeah, I think that's where I got it years ago. It'll last you quite a bit of time, depending on how much sharpening you do. But I sharpen everything like this. When you take this off, what you'll do is you'll want to have a good scraper.
Okay.
Because if you leave any residue under this paper, I cleaned this yesterday. If you leave any residue, that's not going to give you a good edge. You have to be dead flat.
Dead flat, baby.
I'm going to take the back, and this is what you have to judge when you, is this
That's the 320.
That's the 320, okay. You have to judge this when you get your set of chisels, okay? We'll find a hand plane blade that I have a bunch left over, and I'll show you how to lap the back of it. Okay. But never assume when you buy something, like if this is off the shelf, that it's slapped on the back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take this, and it's pretty simple. I'm gonna bring it right here, okay, and I'm gonna put it on here. You could probably hear that, right? My pressure is down like this. And when I sharpen, and this is what you're gonna have to get used to, is my arms are locked. I am using my body. Follow me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm using my body to move. But you'll see how see that? It's lapped. And you'll see that probably in the video, everybody, where you see the striation marks with the 320. I'm gonna bring this up to a shine right now, or a mirror. Okay, and I just do this. Now, once you get going on this stuff, everybody, 2,000 is where I end up.
Okay.
Here's my 600. Okay, and I just go like this, watch. Okay, that's it. Now, do you have to lap it every time? Absolutely not. Here's your 1,500. Okay, it's just a couple back and forth. You know what? I always use all the paper here. Look, see, because I get fresh grit.
Nice.
Okay. See how that's coming up mirror now? And then I'm gonna finish it at 2,000. Okay, but once again, using my body. My arms are locked.
Shimmy and a shake.
Okay, so there you go. There's your mirror finish on the back. I've known people to go up to 4,000 grit. I don't. I have in the past, but that's more than enough right there to be wicked sharp.
Pretty shiny.
Okay, if I'm to look at this, and I'm looking at the grain scratches or the scratch on there, okay, I don't see any nicks. So I don't have to take this to a power grinder to knock out the nicks. So I know I'm going good on this.
Good.
I'm going to train you or teach you today. We don't have to start with 80 on this.
Okay.
We don't have to start with 120. I would probably go 220 and then 320. But what I want to do is today I'm going to with you so you understand how easy this is.
The whole
now,
shebang.
this is what I want to do. Let's get this out of here and let's practice. I want you to take this, just like this bevel, and go like this. I want you to feel the flat. Okay? Got it? Look where my arms are. Okay.
And locked.
Locked in, and I'm just moving my body. See that? It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Look, I'm rotating my body. All right, just like this. I want you to practice like that.
Okay. It's all in the hips.
Yep, but you got to feel the flat. Don't go back on it like that.
Oh, okay.
Just always like that. There you go. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to step back in. Okay, I'm looking at your form. You're like this.
Get closer. Okay.
Okay, just like this. Get those arms in tight. I've been sharpening for a few years.
Just a few.
This here, not good. This here, much better.
Much better.
Because you don't want to create a belly on here. And when I say a belly, you're gonna find, and I've done this sometimes, where I've gone like this, and because that bevel changes, I lift up. Okay, you need to maintain it, and maybe that stroke is very short for you. So just try that really quick.
Okay. And just move.
You got it, D!
All right.
Like I said before, we're gonna start with 80, okay? So you can feel the progression here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take it like this. Look, you can hear it on there, but you gotta really find that bevel and just drag it. Okay? Don't do this with it. Don't pull it up like this. That's why sometimes it's just a couple of short strokes. Now, I'm gonna feel that. Okay. What's really funny is we already have the burr. I look at consistent scratch across there. See that? It's consistent.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, that means I'm keeping that bevel dead flat. But I want you to feel this. Watch. You go this way. Yep, feel it.
Yeah, you definitely feel that.
Okay, so what I'll do sometimes is, because I just want to, what I do sometimes, I do all the time, is I start here and feel it all the way across to make sure I have a consistent burr all the way across.
Okay.
Okay, and it's as simple as this. It's 120 now. And I'm going to get you in here.
Put my fingers.
Index. Yep, because you want to really hold on that. Feel the bevel and just short strokes and bring it. Perfect. Okay, so let's look. You got a consistent 120, one or two more strokes.
Okay.
You keep, that's the thing, you have to concentrate. I guess it's mind, fingertip concentration. And it's the whole, all of it. It's you feeling the bevel, you go, okay, I got it. And then, oh, I'm locked. And then body movement. Okay, this sounds really simple. It's just gonna become, I want it to become so natural for you. So let's, perfect. Now what I want you to do is feel the bevel. Oh, the burr, sorry.
The burr. I can almost feel it like it's getting more refined.
Okay, it will.
Good.
Let me just feel. Perfect. Now, we didn't have to start with 80. I'm gonna go over this again. You didn't have to start with 80 to 120. Okay, but you could have started 220 and then 320.
Okay.
Okay, so what I always tell people is in the morning, you're gonna use bench chisels, hand planes. I always pull the blade. I always check really quick. I'll actually go in the back of my hand to see how sharp it is, or I'll take a piece of paper or a piece of maple just to see how sharp it is, okay? And if I don't think it's sharp enough for me, then I'll just say, okay, I'll look at it and go, you know what? Let me just hit it with some 600. There's a lot of times I just strop it.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll do this one right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up like this, find a bevel, find a bevel. Find a bevel. I usually do 3. And you're gonna see what that black stuff is right there. Guess what that is?
The burr?
The steel.
Oh, steel.
So you want a fresh cutting edge in there. So what I do is I just brush it off. Okay, always have a good brush. I think that was my dad's brush. Okay, I'm gonna have you do this one.
Okay.
Flip it around. Now we're at 320. It's keep going as I talk. It's practice, practice. It's repetition, repetition, repetition. This is boring stuff in woodworking, but it's a necessity. Get really good at sharpening.
Make sure to
Get in there.
Jump in.
Okay, how is it? Okay, so what I'm going to look at, and I'm going to critique you,
Please do.
is you'll see, hopefully you can see the light. You've already started a micro bevel on there. That's kind of a no-no in this operation. You're bringing your body up. So what you want to do, and always analyze. I've done that 1,000 times, okay? Is make sure you got the whole bevel there and drag it. Okay, and now we got to take that micro bevel out of there.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll see how I'm losing it right there. See it? Hopefully you saw that in the camera. But I got to take it like this, and I got to drag the entire bevel across. It's gone. Okay.
All right.
You're following that?
I am.
Okay, so I want you to feel we're ready to go to the higher grits. I'm going to get rid of this.
Okay.
By the way, getting that and analyzing the difference where you're putting that micro bevel on, if it took more than 4 or 5 strokes, we probably would have to go on back to 120. But that's okay, because what? We're learning.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to put this on here. It's actually held with that 320 grit. I'm going to take a couple strokes with this, always feeling it, getting that bevel down. Okay, just like this. Okay, yep, we're coming up, and you're going to start to see this. That burr starts to look or flip-flop on there. Okay, because basically what's on there is very thin tin foil or steel foil. But see how we're just doing that? We're just removing the burr.
Yep.
This is like sanding,
Which we both hate.
so this is what? 1500. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And you don't have to kill pressure on there. You're just maintaining that bevel on that surface. Always pulling it. Okay, let's look. Oh my God, hot damn, look at this. And I can actually see the burr, and it's starting to flip on there. Now it's at 2000, so don't mess it up.
Oh gosh. No pressure.
And rock your body, lock those arms. Cool.
It's like a golf stroke.
I'm telling you.
It's all
Let's look
in
at
the
it.
hips.
Let's go, stop stroking. That's it. Look at that shine coming, D.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a couple strokes here myself. Okay, I wanna feel that. Okay, so you'll start to see on here, see the little burr falling off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take a couple more strokes. Okay, now you're getting a mirror finish.
Oh wow. That's
See, look,
right.
see it falling off? Okay, now, what I wanna do now, it's really simple, is I want to remove that entire burr. Okay, so this here I use, I'm just going to grab it back here, give me a second. This is Rouge. Okay, and you have different grits, but the green is your best overall, and you charge your strop like this. Okay, just like this. This will last forever, pretty much. And what I'm going to do first is take a couple of strokes here. Okay, and you're gonna see, look, see how these little pieces are falling off of there?
I see it, yeah.
Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to take it like this, keeping it down, and go back and forth.
Lap
okay,
the back?
I want you to lap the back a little, because now we're removing the burr.
Okay. Same thing, belly up and
Yeah, I
the
guess I
hips?
do it like this. When I do this, I take it like this, and I stand like this.
oh, okay.
Right angle, and I go back.
So you're behind it.
Yep.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I think I just took most of that off, but
We'll pretend I did. So it's gonna go with that 90.
but it has to remain flat. Perfect. You actually see it's starting to turn dark right there, because that's the metal on there.
Yep.
Okay. You can go back and forth.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Let's just look at it. Let's examine it. Let's flip it over.
Analyze.
Okay, do you feel any burr?
No.
Okay, and I'm gonna go like this and I don't feel a burr there, I'm just gonna take it like this, really quick. Okay, really quick. Okay.
Wow.
So, as I've gotten older, I've tried not to do this, but I always check an edge like this. Okay, I used to at least, okay, and you gotta be very careful, but you're gonna see where that is razor sharp.
Shaving the beast.
Jesus.
Okay, so the real test for this is I'll show you. So one of the other tests I do is just real simple. This is end grain maple, is I'll take it like this and you'll see how that just cuts right in.
Jeez.
Woodworking is a much easier pleasure when you can feel that, when you can have a really good edge. Pretty cool?
It's incredible.
So there you go, there's your sharpen chisel. It is that easy.
That's awesome.
Okay, so not to sound like a knife commercial, but another test I use is I just take some cardstock and you'll see how sharp that really is on there.
That's pretty
my
cool.
God.
Pretty cool. So you were just saying something. What were you saying about?
Oh, just how smooth it feels. It almost feels cold because how smooth it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. And I know how it was when we started, and then just to feel it's just such a stark difference. It's so crazy.
Yep. So just really quick, it's a necessary skill you have to develop because it makes woodworking that much more pleasurable. You're on your way, Big D. You got the basics. It's this repetition, repetition, repetition. And as we always say at the end of the videos,
Be positive
and stay sharp.
Wicked sharp.